Okay. Okay. Hello, Abby. I don't know if anyone else is joining. Oh, two more people are joining. Okay. I don't know why that wasn't working.
Yeah, I was super confused.
I'm so sorry about that, guys. I'm so sorry. I don't know why the password wasn't working. I guess when I made the Zoom link, it was like a really weird, like long, weird number. And then I guess it just like changed or something. So I just quickly changed the password to editor. So if you guys know anyone else who's trying to get into the bulletin editor breakout room but is having problems, if you could let them know that the password's now changed to editor, that'd be so much better. Thank you guys so much. I'm so sorry about that. I don't know if anyone else is joining or is waiting to join. I'll get started in a couple minutes. I'm not sure. Okay, I have one more person joining. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure if anyone else is trying to join, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen now and get started with that. And if as people come in, I will just, I will admit them as they come in. Okay. Can you all see my screen? Okay. So as we get started, hi, I'm Peter Yakub. I am the Indiana District Bulletin Editor. And oh, one thing before we get started, if your audio is not muted, be sure to mute yourself while we go through the presentation just to avoid feedback and stuff like that. And then if you have any questions, save all your questions for the end of the presentation because we have time at the end for questions. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to go. Does anyone know how I can admit more people if I'm not on? I don't see any people waiting in the lobby, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. And if people are trying to get in, they can let someone know and I'll let them in. Okay. So this is Bulletin Editor Training. I am Peter Yakub, like I said, District Bulletin Editor, and I'm also co-hosting this training with Ashley Miller. Ashley, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm from Wabasee and I'm vice president of my club, and I'm on the event planning committee. And I was actually webmaster in 2019 club. So,
Yay! Oh, why is that?
Peter, you muted.
Am I unmuted now?
Yeah.
That is so weird. Why is that doing that? 1 second.
You're still muted.
Okay, sorry. I don't know, that like permanently muted me for a minute. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get started now. Let's do that one more time. I'm Peter Yakub, District Bulletin Editor, and I was the Club Officer Bulletin Editor of my home club my sophomore year. So I hope you guys can learn a lot about the duties of a bulletin editor and what the position entails and how to be a good bulletin editor. So just to start out, I just want to congratulate you all for getting your position. Running for anything in Key Club isn't easy, and it can be a challenge just like running for a position in general. So the fact that you guys are bulletin editors, just pat yourself on the back. That's like, good job. Really proud of you guys. So Ashley, do you want to introduce the Key Club lingo?
Okay, so these are just some like words and phrases, like abbreviations of some things that like you may hear like your LTD talk about or your president. So we just want to give you some insight of like what those words mean.
Yes. So to start, Two main key club terms to know are obviously LTG, which stands for Lieutenant Governor. Your Lieutenant Governor is the district board member who helps move information from the district level to a club level. So each of you should have, and you should probably know your Lieutenant Governor by now. If you don't, then that's probably an issue on their part of not having good communication. But they're always a resource for you to come to if you have any questions, and they're kind of like the liaison between the district and the club. And then a DCM is a division council meeting. Just by a show of hands, how many of you guys have attended a DCM already, like that your lieutenant governor has held or has had? So a division council meeting it's just a meeting that your lieutenant governor will plan, and all the key clubs in your division will meet together to either participate in a service project, a meet and greet, or discuss what's going on within key club.
Okay, the next thing we have is Fall Rally, which is obviously what we're doing now. It's a little bit different. Usually we gather like somewhere fun. Like I think there's 2 of them. And the one that I went to last year, it was, I think it was the Indiana Park or something like that. And it's just like a place where you get to celebrate and like get to meet new club members from like all around Indiana. So that's a really good event to participate in. We have DLC, which is District Leadership Convention, which is hosted in Indianapolis. It's like a weekend where we get to learn workshops and get to meet, get to know new service projects and just really get to meet new people. So that is also a really good event. We have ICON, which is International Convention. Last year, they did not get to have it. I think it was supposed to be in California. But that's just another way to get to know key clubs like around in different states. And then IP is immediate pass. When you are no longer in office, you become an IP. So like club vice president, you become an IP club vice president.
Yes. Oh. Okay. So now we're going into like bulletin editor duties. These are like your role specific duties that you as a bulletin editor should do throughout your term. So yeah, Ashley's going to start with point number 1.
Okay. So it's important to attend all club and officer meetings. So you want to be involved as much as you can, like everything be involved in. And also attend the DCMs. Those are important because the schools close to you, it's important to get everybody involved in like a service project and stuff like that. And then district-wide events like virtual fall rally and district convention and stuff like that, it's important to be involved as much as possible.
Yes. So point number 2 is to publish a newsletter to all of your club members. So you as bulletin editors should make some sort of newsletter to publish either monthly or bi-monthly, just to let your members know what's going on with your club, give them like all the facts, everything that's happening. And what should you include in your newsletter? I'm going to read off some things that you should have in your newsletter at least every month, just to get your club running smoothly. So number 1, you should always include important dates. This should be like important dates of service projects, important dates of events, important dates of meetings, just like any important dates that your key club is having. Make sure to always put those in your newsletter. Another good thing to include in your newsletter are committee updates. So these are, if you don't know, like the Indiana district has committees throughout the district that work alongside each other to ensure the stability of the Indiana district. So the committees are like event planning, like Ashley's involved with. There's marketing that I'm involved with. There's like Key Club Connections, KFAM, Structure and Future. So you should always strive to include some sort of update from them, just so your members know what's going on with the district, in your club. Because I know, like when I was a member my freshman year, I did not know a lot about the district because there wasn't a lot of good communication with the bulletin editor on their part. One second, I just got a text from Eric Kelly that someone is trying to join, so I'm going to let someone in and see if there is anyone waiting. Oh, is that? Oh, there's 2 people. Okay. Okay. Is everyone in here that was trying to get in here? One second. I'm going to. Okay. I'm gonna keep going. So committee updates are also important to include in your newsletters every month, just so your members know what's going on with the district. You should always include upcoming events. This includes like service projects. With service projects, you should always include dates and information. And you should always include a recap of past service projects in your newsletter, just so members that didn't attend that service project know what happened at that service project, if it was successful or not, and things like that. You should always include like a meeting schedule of some sort. That can either be in the format of like a little calendar on your newsletter or just like different dates, but you should always have the dates of your meetings on your newsletter. And then officer information is also important, so your members know who to turn to if they have a question within the club. So just putting like officer contact information and stuff, things like that. And then dues updates are also very important to include in your newsletter, because without dues, you're not a member in good standing. So those are basically the most key things in your newsletter you need to include. So yeah, those are the basic things you need to have, but you can always go above and beyond and include other things within your club as well, like highlighting members and highlighting things like that. I have a sample newsletter that I wanted to show you guys, but it's like not letting me leave this PowerPoint. So let me see if I can. Okay, there we go. I don't know, it's being tough for a minute. Okay, so this is a sample newsletter I want to show you guys. This is the collegiate division. This is her newsletter. Angelina DeLuel, she's the lieutenant governor. Not so much the information I want to show you guys, but just I want to show you guys like the design and like the design aspect, because let's be real, like the bulletin editor is the most creative officer position that you can have. You have like a lot of freedom to kind of make whatever you want and design it however you want to design it. So just like my advice is to just get really creative on Canva, utilize the templates they offer you, but also go beyond that and like add in different text boxes you want to design, like add in, or like Angelina here made a lot of cool like little designs here, but she also kept it consistent. So just like see this as inspiration. Also, your lieutenant governors, their newsletters, those are something that you guys should be receiving every month. So you can always read through those for inspiration as well. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this newsletter because I really liked it. I liked the consistency and the flow of it all. And I liked how much she utilized, like she had a little closing and like a little joke that she always includes in her newsletters, and like a little surprise section. So just be creative with your newsletters. They're supposed to be fun, but also informative. So just make sure that you're always captivating your audience. And with that, we go on to point number 3.
Okay, so the flyers or posters, whichever you prefer, but it's like really just get creative with it, like colors and the font and everything. So it's important to let your school know about like the service projects you're doing, and like if you're wanting to raise money or it's a competition to which class can make the most for a prize. So it's really like just make it short and sweet. Don't stuff everything onto one page, like of words, and make it readable. So like don't use like a font like in cursive that not everybody's gonna be able to read. Like just make it short and sweet. Make sure you use creativity and lots of colors and designs and little cute little things that are gonna draw people's attention. And we have
yes, we have a also another example of a flyer that I really liked. This is from the Explore division. This is made by Najee. This is like a little flyer on how to recruit members. So she actually like went really creative with it and like actually made an acronym called Recruit on like how to recruit members, which I thought was just so cool, like a really cool play on words. As you can see, she like kept it really short and to the point, but like also gave like sufficient information, but she still made it look presentable, which I think is really important. You want to make sure that your flyers are short and sweet, but also have like the relevant information that's included. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that for inspiration. And then the fourth point is to run all social media profiles. This is only if your club doesn't have a webmaster. Like I know my home club didn't have a webmaster, so the bulletin editor had the duties of the webmaster as well. But if your club has a webmaster, then the social media profile is usually the duty of the webmaster. But I included it in here anyways, just in case you don't have a webmaster. So as a bulletin editor, you should run all social media profiles. The key things to remember when running a social media profile is keep your information updated. You do this by posting after all your events, posting often and frequently, and engage with your followers, because no one likes to just follow an account that has a couple posts here and there, but they're just like screenshots of other posts, or just like a little bit like unoriginal and not really like engaging with your followers. Like it's one thing to post, but it's another thing to post and engage with the followers. So you can engage with your followers by utilizing social media tools. Like on Instagram, you have a story that you can use, and you have Instagram highlights. Like I know the Indiana Key Club Instagram is really good about posting on the story and posting, like making Instagram highlights. It just makes your account look more presentable and more aesthetically pleasing. And yeah, that's really it. Post more often than not, because it's better to like flood your page with posts than just not post at all and not provide the relevant information for your members. So I would say post more often than not with social media. And then point 5 is following the Key Club International Brand Guide. So here I have linked 2 links to the brand guides. This is the official brand guide. It's 30 pages, so I'm not going to go through all of it, but Key Club International has been really good about trying to revise the brand guide, and a lot of it's outdated. So they're focusing on fixing up the brand guide. So basically, if you don't know what the brand guide is, it's sort of like a rule book of guidelines and limitations that you as a Key Club member can use, just so like we create consistency within everything that Key Club makes. So like this includes like any t-shirt designs you make, any posters you make, flyers you make, newsletters, anything that you make that is Key Club related has to adhere to the brand guide. I'm going to be honest with you guys as club members, it's not as important to like strictly follow it, but when you get to like higher levels, like on the district level or like even international, it's more important to follow the brand guide. So I'm going to kind of guide you guys through like the most important things to take away from the brand guide. So let me go back to my presentation. So this is a cheat sheet that I have also linked, because cheat sheet is important. So I can just give you guys like the most important facts. Basically, the most important things you want to focus on within the brand guide are just adhering to like the color scheme. So here it's like black, navy blue, beige, different sort of colors. And this is like, as you can see here, it says Canva edition. So this is for Canva, because Canva is the most like accessible and universal at designing browser and website to use. That's what I use for all my publications and for everything I use. And to like find these colors on Canva, click the color icon bar on the top bar, and then click the plus icon on the left, and you type in this hex code right here. You type that in, and it will give you that exact color. Obviously, you don't have to be that intricate with it. You can also find a color that's like pretty similar to it, and that will be fine. So that's with colors. And then with fonts, it tells you in Canva, not all the Key Club fonts are available, but there are similar alternatives. The actual font is in gray, and the alternates are in different colors. So these like gray ones are the ones that are on the brand guide, but they're not offered on Canva. So they give you different fonts that you can use that are on Canva that are good substitutes for those that are on the brand guide. So those are fonts. And then they give you like little tips, like only use graphics with a transparent background and not with like a colored background, because if you plop that in the middle of your newsletter, it just looks very inconsistent, especially if there's just this like white square around like everything you're putting on your newsletter. It's better if you make it transparent and just like add it into your newsletter so it flows a lot more smoothly. they say like put boxes around your text. You can put like a white box over a background of a photograph and set the transparency lower so it has a really cool like transparency effect. Basically like just get creative. Like here with Key Club, they added like a shadow behind that word to make it pop more. That's something that you can utilize a lot just to make it more like attention grabbing to the reader. So just be really creative with it. The biggest takeaways from the brand guide that I would like advise you guys to follow are the fonts and the colors. Again, with the colors, you don't have to be exact. Just like if you find a color similar to it, like you don't want to have like, the main point of colors is like, you don't want to have like a green and purple newsletter, or you don't want to like put two colors together that like really don't match because it just turns like really ugly and hard to read for the reader. So it's just here for like consistency and for stability with your newsletter, just making sure that like the color schemes match and you're creating a consistent theme. So that's that with the brand guide. I don't want to like make that too much of your focus as a bulletin editor because it is like a lot of it is redundant, but just knowing the brand guide and like being cognizant of it is important. And then miscellaneous duties.
Okay, so articles to send to the Indiana District Bulletin Editor to feature in the district publication. Peter, do you want to explain that a little bit more about
Yes. So me as a bulletin editor, I make I make publications every 2 months, kind of like, it's kind of like a newsletter, but a little bit more extensive and comprehensive. So within my magazine, I include like a little Google form for you to include any like service highlights, member highlights, or club highlights that you want to like submit to me. And that's like on the bulletin editor's job. So if you have a member in your club you want to highlight, or if you have a service project you want to highlight, fill out that Google form. It's really short. Put in the information and submit it to me, and you'll have a chance to get featured in my magazine. So yeah, pretty straightforward and easy. My next magazine's about to come out within the next coming days. So as soon as you read through that, you'll see the page that's dedicated to that. Just fill out the Google form and put in that information, and you'll have a chance to get featured. We also have a section, or we also have a point made like for scrapbooking. That basically at DLC every year, there's a scrapbook contest that you can enter. The bulletin editor is the one that makes the scrapbook. It's just like a comprehensive book of like all the service projects you guys have done. You can make it pretty, and like that's also a really good way to like hone in on your creativity and art skills and just like go all out with it. It's supposed to be really fun and not so competitive. It's just like a fun little contest we do at DLC every year, but it's not mandatory. And then also consider creating a club website. This is not mandatory, but like if you have a club with a lot of members, then you want to consider making a club website, because sometimes a newsletter, it can be a lot trying to put in all that same information every month, and just it'll make it like really long and muddled. So you can also consider making a website to put in that information as well. Oh, and that's it. That's really all we have for you guys. Those are the main duties of the bulletin editor. I have a Kahoot link, but I don't think we'll have enough time to do that because we have 1 minute left. But does anyone have any questions about bulletin editor duties, things you want me to clarify, things you want me to go more in depth with? If you have any questions but you don't want to ask them like on this breakout room, you can always email me personally. My email is iambulletineditor.kci@geekclub.gmail.com. I will link that actually right now.
Is the presentation linked so we can like go back through it?
Oh, yes, I will actually link that to you guys. Do you guys mind sending your like emails in the chat so I can email that all to you guys? I will also link my email here as well. So if you have any questions, you can either email me or Ashley and we'll get back to you guys. Oh wait, I did not mean to send that to you privately, Jaden. I'm sorry. Let me send that to everyone. But I hope that like helped explain things a little bit more about your bulletin editor position if you were confused on like some things, or how to go about with your position throughout this year. But it's going to be a good year. I have high hopes with everything with COVID. We have a lot of setbacks and limitations, but we just have to make the most out of what we have and use what we do have with us to the fullest. Okay, so I'm getting your guys' emails. I will be sure to actually right now, I'm going to go ahead and just send this PowerPoint to you guys. And yeah, like Ashley said, those are our emails. Email us if you have any questions or if you just want to talk to us privately about anything concerning your position or anything outside of Key Club. Like, I'm just a good resource in general.
Yes.
So without further ado, if that's all the questions you guys have, I'm going to end this meeting now. But it was great talking to you guys. Let me know if you have any other questions, and then you guys can go ahead and leave the meeting now and join the main breakout room because at 10:55 they're gonna go ahead and get started. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching this. I hope you guys learned a lot. It was great meeting you all. And I hope to see you guys again soon.